All right, let's get into it. Today, we're talking about something absolutely critical for pretty much any modern application: how in the world you keep your database online no matter what gets thrown at it. We're going to break down a real, production-ready blueprint for a PostgreSQL cluster that promises zero data loss and automatic failover. So yeah, let's dive in. But before we get into the nuts and bolts of the solution, let's just take a second to think about the problem. What really happens when your most important service goes down? For a critical government app, a big e-commerce site, or a financial system, every single second of downtime costs money. It can mean lost data. And maybe worst of all, it just erodes trust. It's a scenario nobody wants to be in. So how do you prevent that nightmare scenario? Well, this is how. What you're looking at right here is a proven architecture that's designed from the ground up to be, well, unbreakable. You can see it's got a main data center with a whole team of database replicas and even a completely separate disaster recovery site for that ultimate what-if scenario. This is the blueprint for services that simply cannot go down. And now we're going to unpack it piece by piece. Okay, so looking at this whole thing, it might seem a little complex, right? But the best way to understand it is to think of it as three distinct layers of defense. Each one has a very specific job, and they all work together in perfect harmony to keep things running. So right at the top, you've got your application. And the beautiful thing is, all it sees is one single stable address to talk to, a virtual IP. It is completely blissfully unaware of all the complex stuff happening underneath. Then you've got the load balancer layer, with HAProxy acting as a kind of intelligent gatekeeper, figuring out where to send all the requests. And then finally, we get to the heart of it all, the database layer, with a primary server and its trusty standbys, all being managed by this brilliant tool called Patroni. Now, this is where the real magic of automatic failover comes from. It's not just one piece of software doing everything. It's actually a team of specialized components, and each one plays an absolutely crucial role. So let's meet the key players that make this whole self-healing system possible. First up is etcd. The easiest way to think about this is as the ultimate election official. See, when a primary database goes down, the other databases, the standbys, they need to agree on who the new leader should be. etcd is what provides that consensus, that vote, to make sure there's no confusion. It prevents this really dangerous situation called split brain, where two databases might both think they're the primary, which, you can imagine, leads to total data chaos. Next up, we have Patroni, and honestly, this is the real brains of the operation. If etcd is the election official, Patroni is like the on-site paramedic. It's this little agent that runs on every single database server, and it's constantly checking its pulse, making sure it's healthy. The instant it sees that the primary database is in trouble, it springs into action, talks to etcd to call an election, and basically orchestrates the entire failover. And finally, we've got HAProxy, our intelligent traffic controller. I mean, what's the point of electing a new leader if nobody knows how to talk to it, right? HAProxy is constantly checking in, asking, hey, who's the primary right now? Who's in charge? And as soon as that leader changes, bam, it instantly reroutes all the incoming application traffic to the new one. It makes the whole transition completely seamless and invisible to your app. So, okay, this all sounds great. We've got a system that can fail over all by itself. Awesome. But that brings up a really, really scary question. What about the data? What about transactions that were literally in flight when the primary server just vanished? How can we be absolutely sure that not a single byte of committed data is lost in the chaos? And the answer comes down to this really fundamental trade-off. With asynchronous replication, the primary says, yep, got it, to your application right away, and then copies the data to the standby later. It's super fast, but if the primary dies before that copy happens, that data's just gone. Now, with synchronous replication, the primary actually waits for the standby to confirm, I have the data safely stored, before it tells the application the transaction is complete. It's a tiny bit slower, but it gives you that rock-solid, ironclad guarantee of zero data loss. And for a system like this, that is absolutely non-negotiable. All right, so we've met the whole team, we understand the rules of the game. Now for the main event. Let's actually walk through what happens when disaster strikes and watch this entire automated system just spring to life. Okay, here's the play-by-play. Step 1. Boom, the primary database fails, it's just gone. Patroni sees this instantly and kicks off an election using etcd. Now, because Standby 1 was using that synchronous replication we just talked about, it has a guaranteed up to the millisecond copy of all the data. So naturally, it wins the election and gets promoted to be the new primary. And finally, HAProxy sees there's a new leader and immediately starts sending all the traffic there. The best part? This entire automated recovery happens in under 30 seconds. Your end users never even feel a thing. And this, right here, is the most crucial point. 0. Manual intervention required. Just let that sink in. Nobody gets a pager alert at 3 a.m. No engineer is scrambling to run some recovery script. The system just heals itself. It is designed to recover automatically without a human ever touching a keyboard. That is the entire goal. So, we've seen how all these amazing pieces fit together to create this incredible, resilient system. Now let's just boil it all down. Let's distill this into the core principles, the big ideas that you can take and apply when you're building your own highly available systems. Okay, here are the 4 big takeaways, your cheat sheet. Number 1, you must have automatic, consensus-based leader election. Using a tool like Etsy is the only way to avoid that split-brain chaos. 2, for your most critical failover partner, you have to use synchronous replication. It's your guarantee of 0 data loss. 3, you need a smart load balancer like HAProxy that makes the whole failover process completely invisible to your application. And finally, for true business-saving resilience, you need a disaster recovery site that's totally separate from your main setup. So I'll leave you with this thought to chew on. Every system, eventually, is going to have a failure. It's inevitable. The really important question isn't if it will fail, but how it will react when it does. So look at your own systems and ask, is your architecture designed to fail or is it designed to recover? Thanks for joining me for this explainer.